2 Romeo Charlie, come again?
Yes, sir. 2 Romeo Charlie, number 2, number 3, number 1. 231 operator Paul, Papa Alpha, Uniform Lena. Good evening, Darren.
Good evening, Paul. I think we've worked before, haven't we? I think we have worked before. I recognise the call sign, Paul, so hopefully it's the same Paul. Good afternoon, good evening from Wales. Big surprise to hear you guys coming over at this time in the evening. I just spoke to a station in Texas, and now yourself, Paul, you'll need to remind me your location. I'm terrible, my memory's not great, but a good 5 and 9 at the moment, Paul. I hope all is well. Over.
So it's all Darren. Everything's going good over here. Putting up with everything that's been going on in the world there, but other than that, we're doing fine. The last time we spoke was back in 2022, January. It was January of 2022 was our last contact. Right now you're signaling a 559 plus 10. And the QTH here is in Bristol, Pennsylvania, about 26 miles north of Philadelphia. See what's up?
Yeah, QSL there, Paul, there. 2022, wow. Where is the time went? The time's going too fast. We need to try and get a stopwatch to stop the time going so fast. Thanks for reminding me, the last time, 2022, wow, that's incredible. I can't believe that, but wow, it just shows you how fast time goes, doesn't it, Paul? But yeah, 5.5, 5.7, sometimes you're 10 dB over S9, so I'm really amazed. This is the first outing I've had in the Radio Shack today. I've only come in the shack about 20 minutes ago, and you're my only second contact on the radio there, but big surprise, it's 4 minutes to 7 PM here in the evening, so it's I'm quite amazed to hear you guys come over the pond at this time in the evening, Paul, but I'm not complaining, it's fantastic. Probably the same setup for maybe the last year, so I'm running with the ICOM 7610 and the 4-element Yagi beam this side about 10 metres over ground there, but just amazed that I'm still hearing you guys at this time of the evening, Paul, over.
Yeah, QSO, Darren, I have to agree with you there. Usually by this time of day I get a lot of South America, and that's usually slowly fading away on me, so but yeah, propagation is funny the way it goes. I mean, every once in a while, I think this is probably the second time in 2 weeks propagation lasted this late. You guys are coming in really strong from over on the other side there. We're working the ICOM 7300 and the ICOM 0 mic 30 Dutch microphone. I am running about 400 whiskey straight, AL 811H and a Stereo 3-element Yagi runner.
Oh, well, it's sounding great, mate. Sounding great there. Well, I'm using it. It's a Stereo 4-element Yagi I'm using, and it's about 10 metres up there, just over the house there. I've got a hex beam there also in the garden, but so it works. Sometimes it works better than the 4-element Yagi, but I seem to be using the 4-element Yagi more on 11 here because it's got a bit of bandwidth here with the SWR and that there, so it works quite well. I've just sent you an EQSL on Cluster DX. I don't always do the logs on there. It's only if I've got the computer on, so I don't know if you still use Cluster DX or not, and apologies if you have sent us one before there. I need to go back and check. It's just my login is never up to date correctly there, so probably if I started typing it in and finding out I may have logged you before there, or maybe our last contact there, I possibly never logged it there. I may have just been on the radio and not had the computer on there, but yeah, it's strange conditions, but good conditions at this time of evening, just incredible, Paula. But yes, it's sounding real good there. Good to hear you again there, and hopefully it's not another two years again until we hear you on the radio. Mind you, I spoke to a chap over in Iceland, I'm going back about a month ago, and he heard me and he says, "Oh, Darren, how are you doing?" And I says, "Oh, I've not heard you for a long time." And he says, "Oh, our last contact was 9 years ago." And I was like, 9 years ago? I couldn't believe it, 9 years ago. And it only felt like maybe 3-4 years ago last time I'd actually worked him. But yeah, he told me in his logbook it was 9 years ago, Paul, so it shows you the time goes fast. WXL here today, we've had the up and down sunshine and some showers. We've had about 10, 11 Celsius, so not too bad there, but you guys have been coming over the pond here from about the end of September, mostly and every day. Well, whenever I get a chance to turn the radio on, I can usually hear you guys come over the pond there, so it's just a fantastic time for the 11 metre band hobby over.
Yeah, QSL, my friend. I don't know longer. We're not even close. I think 2025 is the peak of the cycle.
Yeah, 2025 is going to be the peak. So just looking at the moment, because I'm not as active as I would like to be there, to tell you the truth there. But when I am active there, in the morning times there, I can work over to Australia, Indonesia, all around North America, South America, West Indies, and it's just incredible the places I'm hearing, you know. So I know a lot of people have got all different opinions. Oh, it's going to fade away, it's going to die off here, but I don't think it is. The way it's going at the moment, it's just going to keep improving there. Obviously, coming the summertime there, we maybe not hear you guys so often, you know. It might be a lot more sporadically, but I'm sure it's going to be interesting, you know, as the time goes on there, and when it does hit its peak in 2025. But as you must well know there, Pop, well, I've been on radio since 1990. That's when I started, 1990, on and off the radio from all the years. And I've noticed a big difference, of course. It's still active, 11 metre, but of course mobile phones, computers came out, and a lot of people didn't go back to radio due to the communications with that. But I think that the most pronounced operators still about the band, they've got the radio in their blood there, Paul, over.
Yeah, QSL, I hear you, my friend. Yeah, times change. I've been in it since, I guess, probably the early 70s. I've been through the past 2 cycles. I got out of it in the last cycle, probably about 3 years ago. And my youngest son, he got back into it. And, he talked me into getting back in. I went out and bought all new radios again because I had sold out. I got rid of everything I had and had to do it all over again. Spent another arm and a leg there just to get back on air, brother.
Yeah, you can see that again. Well, I only came back on again, oh, it must be about 10 years ago. Yeah, about 10 years ago. I'm originally from Scotland, you maybe tell by the accent there. I moved from Scotland in 1999. And I'd sold all my equipment about a year before that, and it just came around the millennium, and I thought, oh, I'll get a radio. So I bought a Cobra radio, and I put an Antron 99 up, and there wasn't many stations like local ground wave. There was propagation still going about, you know, but I done it for about maybe 3 months, and I just didn't get back into it. I didn't enjoy it as way I used to, you know, so I gave it up. I sold it with the small amount of equipment I had then, and then I got back into it. Yeah, it must be 10 or maybe 11 years now I've got back into it again, and I've only spent $5 in all that time. That's what I keep telling the wife, Paul, over.
Yeah, QSL, I hear you, my friend. I have my other radio. Right now I'm on, like I said, the 7300, but my other radio is an FTDX 3000, which actually has better ears than this radio does. But yeah, other than that, you know, we're just trying to stay in with the hobby. I just started another hobby about a year ago, but I really haven't gotten into it strong enough. I got into like laser engraving with a laser machine.
Laser engraving? What's that? Design that is over?
Yeah, you can engrave on wood. You can make signs and stuff like that. And, you know, print different things. So you can print it on like slate coasters. You can engrave on mirrors and stuff like that. And the company is called X-Tool. X is an X-ray tool. There's other companies that make the machine also. So, but yeah, we recently got into that. We had a few ideas of making stuff for the group, you know, the Romeo Charlie group and stuff like that. But I keep jumping back to the radio, and I'm sort of ignoring the other hobby.
Yeah, it's getting time in it, and then picking and choosing what hobby. Because I used to play football. Like I used to go to football training on a Wednesday, and then on a Saturday I used to play a football match here. But I'm 45 now. My knees are a bit. Well, I gave up football about 8 years ago now because my knees weren't holding up so good there. I couldn't handle the tackles and that there. You know, I think you call it soccer, isn't it? But yeah, I used to play football, so that was one of my hobbies. And then I done a bit of sea fishing and all that there. I haven't been sea fishing for some time. A bit of golf also. But I tell you the truth, even though I've got these hobbies, I always end up returning back to the radio hobby because it just gives me a good buzz there. I really enjoy the buzz, sending the RF signal through the atmosphere, and it just still amazes me till this day that we can speak to somebody else the other side of the world and we don't have cables connected or anything. We're just sending it through the airwaves, you know. It's just still amazes me how it works, Paul. That's what I really enjoy about it. I've got 3 sons of my own. I have tried to get them into radio, but with their generation there, it just, no, I have tried and tried, but they've had a little go once or twice, and they just don't, they prefer to play on their PlayStations and all that, you know. It's just, I think that if their internet was never developed, I think it would be a different kettle of fish. I think my sons would maybe get into it, but no, they're just no interested. They're quite amazed how it works, but they're just no interested in it over.
I retired, well, I'm 72 now, and I retired just a couple years ago. Just in time, I got the radios just in time, so I can get sitting around and talk on them all day long. Listen, we're going to back on out of here. It's been a pleasure, Darren. We're going to keep in touch. I don't know if you have any, email, besides an email address or something. I have paper QSO cards. I don't know if you exchange them or not, but if not, it's no big deal. It's good to hear you, my friend. You got a really strong sound station, especially this time of day. And it's been a pleasure. Like I said, I hope we can do it more often. Very good conversation. It's rare you hear that over here in this country. Everybody seems to want to fight on the radio with each other and call each other's names, but it's nice today. We'll have it too, so.
Yeah, pleasure's all mine there, Paul, and hopefully it's not 2 years, and enjoy your retirement. I've got a while yet till I retire there. I have sent you an EQSL Odd Cluster DX, so yeah, I think my email address should be on it. You should be able to find my email address on it there. Or if you go to YouTube and type in 163OP110, I've got a little YouTube channel, you'd find me on there as well. If you'd put in Tenby, Tango, Echo, November, Bravo, Yankee, CB Radio, Ham Radio, you'll hear my voice on YouTube. Nothing spectacular, just a bit of fun for the hobby there. Okay, and Paul, well, enjoy your rest of the day. Hopefully you get some nice DX here. And of course, keep enjoying the hobby of radio, and get some of that engraving done for the Radio Charlie. Been a pleasure, Paul. Good day, and 73, and God bless.
QSL, Darren. QSL 100%, my friend. Yeah, and if you look up, if you go into my call sign on Cluster DX, and you click on it, it should bring up my information there and my email address and all that stuff's on there. So, but yeah, we got a couple cards and stuff we'll send you if you're interested. So, we're going to say 73s and 51s. You stay safe and healthy from my family to yours. Hoping we can do this again, my friend. Ciao, ciao.
Yeah, thanks so much, sir, Paul, and I'll look up your email address and we can sort that out. That'd be a pleasure. I do send QSL cards, not so often, but I do send them, you know. It's not as big as it was back in the day, but I still do have cards here that I do send out there. Paul, been a pleasure, mate. Take care of yourself and best regards. 7-3.